What is up, football fans? It is time for some sports talk. I'm your host, Theodore Fernandez, here with our second NFL overtime of the year. You guys can call me T-Money. You already know why the picks are always straight cash, although we will be putting that to the test today against an absolutely loaded class. We got a couple returners to my right, but first we have someone new to the show. Declan, how's it going?
Good, how are you, Theodore? I'm more than happy to be on the show today, and I'm ready to talk some football.
You got a pretty interesting nickname, to say the least. Walk us through that.
So, if you guys don't know me, I'm a captain on the cross-country team, and the entire team calls me Decky T. I have no idea why, but the nickname stuck immediately, and I guess I'll run with it today.
Well, I already got the T-Money thing going, so I feel like you're stepping over me with the T at the end of your name. I think my picks will be better, though, so I have no problem with that for now. Now, to my right, we got a returner. Anyone who watched the March Madness show will remember him. Drew, great to have you back.
Thank you for having me. I'm really excited to be here, and hopefully my picks here will be good picks.
So we finally settled on a nickname for you, Kicker Idiot, am I right?
Yes. Give a little overview of the nickname. It kind of started my freshman year, like when I first started kicking. Coach Garsha kind of gave me the nickname, and then the team kind of went on with it, and it's stuck with me. It's funny, and I'm going to roll with it. So,
Coach, can you confirm that this is a thing?
Coach Garsha calling you idiot, that's probably a compliment in his vocabulary. So I'm sure he meant that in a loving and happy and peaceful, supportive way, if I know Coach Garsha. But you're a heck of a kicker, Drew, and somebody's going to be very lucky to get you next year.
I went with the assumption that Coach Tirico needed no introduction. I think we all know who he is, and we are excited to get his input on our picks today. So with that being said, let's get right into it. First topic is going to be surprise teams. You know, we picked this on our last show. We talked about, what teams we thought would make a splash. I picked the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I don't feel so good about that one. So I decided, let's give us all a chance to redo that pick. Declan, why don't you take us away? Who's surprised you so far?
Surprise team is the Jets. Starting off 2-2 on the year. Really surprising. Happy to see that Zach Wilson's back. As a Giants fan, I'm not a big fan of the Jets, but I'm really surprised that they've started off the way that they have this year, and I'm excited to see what they do the rest of the season.
Yeah, we saw Zach Wilson catching a touchdown and hitting the gritty there after that was his first game back from an off-season injury. Interesting to see him do that. I'm excited to see if the Jets can keep things going. Drew, why don't you take it away now?
So my surprise team here is going to be the Philadelphia Eagles. They're the only undefeated team in the NFL right now, and Jalen Hurts has been playing on probably an MVP level right now, along with Josh Allen. Their game here with the Jaguars,
Yeah.
it was a good game, but they're still the team to beat right now, in my opinion.
I hope you paid close attention to that play on the board. Jalen Hurts, pick 6. There's a reason I showed that one. This is my show. I am not going to have any pro-Philadelphia Eagles talk. New York Giants all the way. 3-1 on the year. Saquon has been a beast. Look at what he does here. They had him dead to rights. He gets away. Daniel Jones throwing blocks. The whole team is playing excellent together. I am so excited to be a Giants fan for probably the first time in my life. Coach, what about you?
Listen, I've been a Giants fan for a long time, and I am very excited about them. They've had a great start. I'm very excited about Daniel Jones as our quarterback. I think he's an excellent athlete, and looking forward to some very, very good things for the New York Giants. And listen, for the New York Jets, how can you root against the Jets? They're a New York team, and we've got some local guys working for them, so good to see them out there playing good football.
We got 2 Daniel Jones jerseys on set. Me and Declan rocking the 8. I've been so blown away by what he's done this year, and it's just incredible to think that this team could actually make a playoff run this season. Moving on, though, we've talked about the teams on the high end, the Giants, the Jaguars, who we didn't bring up, the Eagles, who I'll give them a little credit. Sure, you're 4-0, whatever. The Jets as well. And there's the flip side of that. A lot of teams have disappointed so far. Coach, I'll let you take this one away. Who's really...
Well, I'm a little disappointed in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think they will make a run of this thing. I think they've got great talent. They've been battling some injuries. I love the quarterback. Anybody playing NFL football at 45 years of age, let's go. That means there's still a chance for me to make it back at 55 years of age. But no, I'm a little disappointed in the Buccaneers, but I know in the end I will feel very good about them come December and January.
They were my preseason Super Bowl pick. I still feel decent about that. Drew, Tom Brady just got a divorce. Could that help him out?
I don't know. Maybe that will be a factor here, but we'll see. We'll see how the season goes. So my disappointed team here is the Las Vegas Raiders. You know, stacked division with the Chiefs, the Chargers, and then the Broncos now. They acquired Devontae Adams, and then, of course, Derek Carr throwing the pick here. But Derek Carr, honestly, has probably been the most disappointing quarterback, in my opinion, in the NFL this year. Let's see what happens. You know, they got Devontae Adams, they got Chandler Jones, and you look at the team, and they should be making a push to the playoffs, and it hasn't shown. So hopefully they can turn it around, and I'm hopeful that they can this year.
Absolutely agree with everything you just said. The Raiders were a team I was high on, and now at like 1-3 in that stacked division, it's just hard to see them turning it around. And the team I'm about to talk about is basically in the same exact boat. I was so high on Jameis Winston this offseason, and he just, I don't know. I thought, learning behind Drew Brees, playing so good in, his first 7 games last year before tearing the ACL, I really expected a comeback player of the year type season from him. He hasn't delivered. You saw them miss the field goal there. They're 1-3. Andy Dalton arguably outplayed Jameis. I don't know. The Saints have been very disappointing, and, it's like you got to do a whole reset on them after Sean Payton left. Declan, why don't you take it away?
Yeah, so my disappointing team this show is going to be the Denver Broncos. I am not happy with their start at all. I know my good friend Joseph Krasnowitz is a very big Broncos fan, but I'm going to have to take them as the really let down team here. Russell Wilson is not playing like himself. He's not playing like he was in Seattle, and there's been some questionable coaching calls as well. And I really just don't know what's going on with them. They need to step it up.
Well, you gave me the perfect transition right there. As we're talking about coaching, Nathaniel Hackett, coach of the Broncos, has been heavily criticized, to say the least, by the media. A lot of people saying, he's out of place. What is he doing? Get him out of here. And, that brings up the point that so many coaches end up on the hot seat. We have a coach on set right now. We'll be going to him in a minute. But, Declan, why don't you piggyback off what you just said? Who's on the hot seat for you?
The hot seat right now, I'm going to have to go with Ron Rivera. Ron Rivera is a veteran coach. He's a respected coach. He beat cancer a couple years ago. I respect him as a human being and as a coach. But right now, he is not himself, and the Commanders are showing that. The record, I believe, is they're 1-3 now, right?
Yes.
They just came off a loss to the Cowboys and Cooper Rush, who is playing very well, by the way. But there needs to be some switch that needs to be turned on for them to hopefully get some wins back and hopefully get, back in place in a very competitive division right now.
Ron Rivera, one of the most respected coaches in the league. Drew, you also picked a very respected coach. Walk us through this pick.
Yeah, so I picked Mike Tomlin here of the Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't know if it has anything to do with him. The whole video came out of him buying the black Air Forces. Maybe that's something to do with it here, of the whole George Pickens thing. But he's never had a losing season as a head coach in the NFL. Being a Bengals fan, I've always watched him play against the Bengals, and he's a heck of a coach. But this year it has been working. New quarterback Mitch Trubisky, and then they drafted Kenny Pickett, and now he's starting. Played a heck of a game against the Jets. So hopefully he can turn it around, and hopefully the Steelers can make a playoff push in a very competitive division. They're not winning the division, but the Bengals are going to do that. But hopefully they can right the ship.
Drew, your nickname on the show is Kicker Idiot. I'm starting to think you're our picker idiot with some of the stuff you've said today. Coach, that's an absurd statement, right?
Well, listen, I'm a Mike Tomlin fan. I'm a Ron Rivera fan, honestly. I mean, anybody coaching the Washington Commanders is a challenge. I mean, they're a semi-pro team playing the NFL. It's tremendous that they're able to do as well as they're doing. I think it's too early to put anybody on the hot seat in the NFL football world. They're all professionals, jokingly, of course, about Washington. And their guys are battling, and a lot of things will shake out in the next 4 weeks before I personally, as a coach protecting the profession, I personally am going to wait before I put anybody on the hot seat yet. And I love the football coach for the New York Jets. I'm never putting that guy on the hot seat. I love him.
Coach, I respect everything you just said, and I get what you're saying, coming from a coach's perspective. But I don't know. I've been watching a lot of football this fall, and there's just one coach in particular that really is on the hot seat for me. The team has a lot of talent. They've won games. They had a great start to the season. They got a very good quarterback. They got talented receivers, good big guys up on the line. Love the secondary. They got a superstar kicker. But I'm just not sure that Greg Sirico is the right man to lead the Warwick Wildcats.
I love it. If Coach Sirico did not get the Spirit Trophy this year, I would put him on the hot seat. That's what I would do. Thank goodness it is in Warwick. Good call, though.
We'll see if Coach Sirico can lead the Wildcats to a Section 9 title, no pressure.
Love it.
For the actual pick, Ron Rivera, I think Declan kind of covered that point well. So that'll do it for our main portion of the show. I'm going to open the floor up to you guys. Anything you want to say while you have the spotlight about any level of football now that we've opened it up to high school. Coach, why don't you take it away?
Yeah, listen, speaking of upsets and big games, it was a big upset in Section 9 last week when the Washingtonville Wizards came and defeated the Minnesink Warriors. That was a heck of a game, and you always got to tip your hat to somebody making a big upset, playing above their ability, and Washingtonville certainly did that last year. Congratulations to them. And listen, high school sports is really anything such as an upset. I mean, anytime you play high school sports, any game is an opportunity to win. So congratulations to Washingtonville on that win.
Yes, absolutely. Drew, how's it felt kicking for the Cats this year? You feeling good about it?
Yeah, it's been amazing. Senior year, taking it all in one game at a time. Got 3 games left the regular season. Hopefully, we're making a playoff push this year, and hopefully we can win section chip this year. But I'm really excited. The team's been really good. We've been playing. Our team chemistry, like the bond with our team, is probably something I've never experienced playing sports.
I have to ask you a question, Drew, okay, as our kicker, and I think one of the best kickers in the state of New York without question. So now the offense has the ball. They're getting ready to score. Now, I know you're a field goal kicker, an excellent one. Are you hoping that they score a touchdown, or are you secretly hoping that they get stalled out at about the 20-yard line to kick a 38-yard field goal? What do you think?
I'm prepared for both. Extra point, field goal, no matter what, but I need to break the school record. That's been my goal all 4 years of high school.
I like
as
the
I started
honesty.
kicking, but gotta say I'm ready for both no matter what.
That was certainly the safe answer. I think something tells me we would get a separate answer if Sirico was not on set right now.
I love it.
Declan, keep doing your running thing. We got nothing to say for you.
Yeah, I don't play football,
Yeah.
but I do love watching it, and
Yes.
that's why I'm here today.
And that's why all of us are here, because we may not ever be in the NFL. Drew, good luck with that. But we'll be here, talking, watching the games, reacting, and that's really the beauty of this show, if you ask me.
One last thing. Kansas Jayhawks are winning the national championship.
Yes.
5-0, college game day this week. They're winning the national championship. That's my pick.
They've played Mickey Mouse teams.
Brett, don't give us that.
And listen, my daughter's at the University of Delaware and 5-0 at the University of
Really?
Delaware,
Very
beating
nice.
Navy week 0 or week 1. Amazing.
Top 10 in FCS football.
Here we
It's
go.
Another team to watch.
Yeah, college football is a whole nother animal, but football is a sport. The love of it is why we're all here. So for Coach Sirico, Drew, Declan, been great to have all you guys on.
Thanks for having us.
I'm T Money.
Thank you.
See you next time.